back in the early 90s. We always had a suspicion that there were a lot of corrupt cops out there.
More than 100 police officers have been suspended, fired, arrested, or convicted of a wide variety of serious crimes, ranging from bribery to murder.
And once they got that gun and that badge, they became monsters.
I'm still not the police no more. I'm on this strictly to get what I can get.
The latest police scandal is shocking. 9 officers behind bars indicted on federal drug charges.
I was a cop. I was supposed to step in and say, hey, this is wrong.
Many were involved in the worst case of police corruption the city has ever seen. Few were as notorious as Officer Lynn Davis. Nicknamed RoboCop for his hostile way of policing, jacking up everyone he came across. He'd been suspended 6 times and the subject of 20 complaints. Lynn Davis and his crew, known in the community as the Desired Terrorist, pushed drugs, robbed dealers, while extorting other dealers for protection. All while using violence, witness intimidation, and falsified evidence to control the streets of New Orleans. In 1990, Lynn Davis was targeting a new young hustler that had taken over parts of the Desire Housing Project. Sherman Singleton, aka Pusshead. Wanting in on the local stash spot, Lynn Davis began sending word through the streets that Pusshead had to pay for protection or suffer the consequences. A young hothead in his prime, Pusshead ignored all threats. A gunfight was the least of his worries, but he could have never guessed what would happen next. In December of 1990, after almost a year-long rivalry in the streets, Pusshead was arrested and framed for the murder of New Orleans local Bruce Vappy. And who was first on the scene to name Pusshead as a suspect in the crime? Officer Lynn Davis. A lifetime prison sentence would rest on the word of a crooked cop. It would take 4 more years of corruption and the murder of Kim Groves to stop Lynn Davis.
Many people still remember the shocking murder for hire that led to the shooting death of Kim Groves, a Ninth Ward mother of 3, who a day before she was executed by a hitman ordered by New Orleans police officer Len Davis, reported Davis and his partner for police brutality.
Davis has been in federal prison since 1994. It has taken almost 3 decades for the state of Louisiana to begin to review the cases he presided over in his almost 8 years on the force.
Kunta Gable, Burnell Jaluk, and Sidney Hill relieved and overwhelmed to have their freedom back after serving 28 years in prison. Back in 1996, then teens, the 3 were convicted in the murder of Rondell Centenic. Prosecutors for the Orleans DA's office Civil Rights Division presented key evidence that linked the murder to former police officer Lynn Davis and Sammy Williams.
And the DA's office also tells me they're looking into other cases where men and women have been wrongly convicted of a crime related to Lynn Davis and other former NOPD officers.
And that's where the next part of our story begins.
Free Alice! Free Alice!
Embarrassing!
Yes!
How are you? Y'all embarrassing! I love you all finally! I love you, love you. How y'all doing?
Oh man, look at this back. You want me to grab
all right.
Look. Come on, let's get our stuff.
Hey, beautiful. All right. I love you. Hey, man.
Get this paper you've been waiting on.
Thank you.
Love your cousin.
And
I think about you every day. Thank y'all. I'm glad you're home.
I'm telling you. I ain't gonna even say nothing.
What the world? Oh, your birthday present.
We got to go do it, baby.
That's long.
We got to go do it.
All right.
Yeah, you was there the whole time. I appreciate you. When you started, you didn't stop. Unbelievable. We got to sit down and talk about that.
All right.
I really want to have that conversation. I just want to thank everybody. I just was released from the Louisiana State Police Barracks, and it's been 32 years, and it's just a wonderful feeling. I'm here with Mr. Jerome Boykin of the NAACP. He's instrumental 100% in definitely getting me out of here. I would be stuck. I just want to thank everybody for their love and support. It's been a tumultuous, amazing journey. One I definitely never ever want to go back on again in life. And I just want to say thank you, and God is good.
Imagine spending 32 years behind bars, away from the world that you once knew, and returning with an indomitable spirit, a wealth of wisdom, and a story to inspire us all. During his time of confinement, he never allowed those prison walls to confine his mind. Instead, he turned his incarceration into an opportunity for reinvention, learning, and growth. He is more than a survivor. He is our family's fortune. After 3 decades, he has returned as not only a beacon of hope for the family, but also an example and a testament to what second chances can bring to your life. You guys, I have the pleasure and the honor of introducing the author of The Hidden Cost of Crime and the Urban Terrorist book series. My father, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Sherman Singleton. Woo! Hey, Daddy! Welcome home!
She be doing too much.
All right, you guys, I am here with the man, the myth, and the legend, and this is Just Us. Daddy, it is your year anniversary. You guys, oh my God, I have to just tell you this quick little backstory. So, our whole lives, he has 6 kids, 3 girls, 3 boys. How he pulled that off before he went to prison at 20 years old, I will never know, but we'll get to that, But our whole lives, they would tell us every year, oh, your daddy gonna be home for Christmas. Your daddy gonna be home for Christmas. And every year we waited, right?
For 30-something years.
30-something years. So from that time, when I was maybe about 10, so maybe about 20, 22 years later, literally last year, December 2022, my daddy came home the week before Christmas. So because of that, every year Christmas is a lot more special, and I always want to throw something called All I Want for Christmas Is You, obviously like Mariah Carey's song. And this year, for his year anniversary, we're bringing a story to you and yours. Daddy, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, of course. Every day is definitely a holiday. I have 0 complaints.
Okay.
Not one, because of course I know where I came from, and I know all the guys I left behind and their struggles, and so I don't complain about anything because I know it can get worse.
Yeah, you already been to hell and back, right?
Yeah, like 4 or 5 times, 6, 7 times. Yeah, because it's a struggle. There are so many issues, and so it takes a strong person to go through that, even for 5 years.
Yeah.
We could say 5. Now, I've seen guys come in, they don't last a year, but if there was an average where I say this guy's really losing it, it'll be like after 5 years, they kind of get eccentric.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, what's going on here?
Yes.
You know? things go to change, and you can actually see it. It's palpable. You can touch it. So, yes, you got to definitely be strong to go decades in a controlled confinement there, because you don't be in a cell all the time. It's very seldom you get a person that's in a cell all the time. You have to really be, notorious or just acting up. So you have to be segregated like that. But you definitely you're confined. You're restricted from your families and all the pursuits of life, liberty, and justice, and everything else. It's crazy. It really is.
Okay. So speaking of notorious, I know you said they wouldn't be in confinement or always in a cell unless they're notorious. So that's big names in the street, did a lot of crimes, and possibly as far as like violent crimes or whatnot. Or it could just simply be like drugs and things of that nature.
Well, with let's say Angola, because I spent the majority of my time there. For you to stay in the cell all the time, you have to be really like someone that was on the killing with Bobby Seale, federal informant. So other guys that are locked up, it'd be celebrities like Lil Boosie or something. You kind of keep them away from the guys. Because people pick on you just to get a rep. Or if I beat up, whatever. So he was definitely, even though he came out of solitary confinement, because he just campaigned to come out. He's like, man, look, I'm cool. Everybody love me.
I can hold my own. Check my rap sheet.
But other than that, you have to really be doing some things. We're not a supermax. There are other places for that. But if Angola not going to turn you down.
I know that's right. Look, Angola ain't no place to be, but we'll take you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so as far as notorious, when we first started this episode, we put a little packet in about Lynn Davis's episode of American Greed that has just been going viral, like trending topics week after week. And I know that Lynn Davis is in direct connection with your case. You're one of the many cases that are now being overturned, wrongful convictions in court. Some people are getting out wanting to sue the state and different things of that nature. So tell us, what was your connection like? How did you know Lynn Davis, and how did you guys get into this little tiff that led to your incarceration?
Well, personally, I was selling drugs, of course. And so there was some drug shops that I had that Lynn Davis wanted. And so he definitely was sending messages that, hey, let him know I'm gonna get him. So he thinking I'm just gonna run off or whatever. But I never in a million years thought that he would lie on me, because he gangster for real.
They told us.
When I catch you, I got you. Whatever it is, and
some people win. And okay, because when he's coming, he's bringing the police.
Definitely.
So he's using it for his whole game.
100%. Okay. 100%. And of course, you see all the other guys that got caught up with him. All them guys was bringing drug dealers to kill. All this is on record.
Yes.
So quite a few of them were doing that. And so he kept sending the messages. I'm like, man, I ain't worried about no Lynn Davis. People jacking your workers. You're not messing with me. So and that's well documented on that. But I never thought that he would say someone called my name, because the guy, God bless him, bless his family. The guy was shot 5 times with a 12 gauge, and he's saying when he got there 15, 20 minutes later, the man called my name. And I'm like, what the what?
Yes. Okay. So let's speak without us giving any addresses. Where you said these houses was at that Lynn Davis was trying to get in on your little shop. Okay, in the Desire Housing Projects, Lynn Davis is going around telling people, let Sherman know, let Pussy know. I want them shops. He wanted a cut from the shop, or he wanted to take the whole thing?
He wanted the whole thing, especially the one in the back. He was really focusing on that, because when he passed, he'll see like 100, 200 people in line. So he's like, I got to get that.
So he's the police, and he's basically going to come in and take the drug shop and put his own soldiers in place.
The people still going to come jack him up.
Okay, so he's saying, well, let him know that when we cross paths, it's going to be issues. But when you guys cross paths, it never turned into bang, bang.
I ran into him like 3 times, but I guess the timing wasn't right for him to do whatever he wanted to do. And it took too long for him to get me whatever way that was, so he went this route. He was guaranteed to do that. He was a decorated officer at this time, of course, before everything came about. And so his word was going to be bond no matter what.
Okay.
And that's what the juror said when my attorney went to him. He said, what happened? He said, well, we believe the police. We believe the cop.
Because they always try to believe the cop. Yeah.
Why would he lie?
Why
you don't
would
know
he
he's
lie?
killing people. And,
All that came out later.
He got all the kilograms of cocaine, and he got 3-4 shops. Yeah.
So the charges, the actual case, the story behind what led you to jail. Walk us through that incident when you're finding out that he's saying someone called your name. So.
Yeah, definitely. I got some. There were rumors out that he was trying to get a lady to say that I came in the house and killed a man, but she wouldn't go all the way with it. She'd say, no, I'll say he came earlier, that type of thing, because I did know the guy. So I guess he came up in his mind, well, I got the rest of it. If you just gonna put him in the house at some point.
If you can put him there,
yeah,
I can seal the deal.
Yeah. So he so I kept getting the rumors. I'm like, no way, nobody gonna ever say I ran out no house, like I left a witness. If I was doing that kind of stuff, that'd be crazy. So I'm like, okay, that's
no witnesses.
I took it for granted. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Then I knew 2 cop guys that they had pulled me over one day. They said, look, the dude's serious about locking you up, bro. The dude
so
is
he
serious.
couldn't take you down. He couldn't take your shop. So he was like, I'll just put him away.
I'll get him out the way.
Yeah.
You kill a head, the body fall, that type of thing. And I understood the strategy, but I never thought he would go that route because of how vicious he is and all his little cohorts, all the ones that got locked up with him, the 10, 12 people, however many.
So you thinking it was going to go to...
Yeah, it's going to go down. Whenever he run up on me, you better be ready. Cause I'm ready. He's still ready because it's legal. Yeah, so, and everything he do going to be legal thereafter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, his story going to always be the one that win. So, then when I found out that I was wanted, I actually found out when I was arrested for purchasing 2 kilograms of cocaine in Houma. They say, oh, you wanted for murder and such. Yeah, and so, they had shipped me from Houma to New Orleans, and then I'm facing charges out there.
Okay. Houma, shouts out to Houma, put Houma on the map.
Welcome to America.
Look, I don't even want to tell you the story that he told me the other day about Houma, because I was like, how y'all down there in Houma doing all of that? Talking about, you don't know, trap bunking, but I ain't gonna say all that because then y'all might get too hyped. They be like, we about to go down there. But okay, guys, so let's put this all together real quick. So Lynn Davis had a young lady to place you at the scene after someone was murdered. So the police is talking to before someone was murdered. Okay.
Yeah, he came to the house.
He came to the house. He came and he got something.
Hair. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. So, because I've heard so much. So we're going to get into this part. This episode is the man, the myth, and the legend. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the myths that we were told as kids, some of the legendary stories, and then about who he is as the man that he is today. So for me, like, I've also gone over, let's say the news clippings and like police reports, different things like that, because our family has been working on this for a long time as far as trying to get him out, get him to come home, appeals. I read that the young lady, I won't say her name, she said you were there earlier. The story somehow got twisted to you were there when whoever came in to kill the guy, and all she know is she saw you buy something, go in the bathroom, put it along your waistline, and she saw that you did have a gun. But after that, she figured you left. But then a little while after she thought you had gone, she heard gunfire and got under the bed. So one thing that I want to highlight from that, and I just learned this last year, is that my mama was having a baby shower that same night, was it? So, fellas, I just want to include this real quick because this what happens when you ain't never where you supposed to be at. So you supposed to be way at a baby shower, you done went somewhere, picked up some, and now you done got caught up in some kind of crime that you didn't even commit. So just make sure that y'all hold that. Okay, so one of the myths that I heard was you bought flowers for the whole projects.
It wasn't all of them. It wasn't the entire project.
So it wasn't like when Nino Brown pulled up with that truck and dropped them turkeys off in the project.
No, it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like the car.
No, it wasn't like even in one day. I used to send ladies flowers all the time, the older ladies and everything. And some of the younger ones, because I was sweet on them. But yet, I was kind of in with the flower man. I'm like, hey, man, I guess we became friends after that, right?
Yes.
So I used to send flowers. I still do it till today. And I send flowers all the time. And it was maybe 30, 40 people.
Okay.
That I selected. I said, man, I'm just going to bless them.
Yes.
Because, it's just so many things going on. They're going through so many things with us. You don't really get complaints out of them. And so I'm like, man, let's just do something nice. I know they haven't had this done before.
Yeah, because y'all up here flooding the streets.
Yeah, we were definitely destroying the communities.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So another myth that I heard, I need you to confirm or deny. You were like 18 years old with big garbage bags full of millions.
It wasn't garbage bags. It was brown paper bags just everywhere. But again, it was just, that was the 80s.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way money flowed then. Mm-hmm. But and that was a lot of craziness going on. People died during those times and things like that. I'm sure. I don't know of any ODing, but I'm sure somebody got in trouble somewhere. Somebody got killed because that's just the way it is. And during that time, murders was 400 a year in New Orleans. So there's a bunch of things going on there. Yeah, so they really, a lot of the things you heard are true. And like I say, it was horrible that I even took that route because my daddy and how he treated you all. He was doing me even more so.
Yeah.
Taking us to do so many things. We may get into that. But yeah. Okay. So the rumors are true. But
so the rumors are true. It wasn't millions in the garbage bag. It was a bunch of money in the brown paper bags. I also heard y'all used to take food stamps.
Yeah, and this broke my heart. It's funny you said that. One day I'm just counting my money and everything. So I seen all the food. I just counted the food stamps. It was like 30,000. That's when they had paper food stamps.
I missed those. But they couldn't count. People can't count. They had to put it on the card.
I know, that's crazy, huh? So, and I counted $30,000 worth of food stamps. I almost started crying.
They wrong for that.
I'm like,
yeah, because y'all should have been taking them stamps. Oh, yes.
So I cursed everybody out at the shops I had. I'm like, don't y'all take another effing food. And they're like, well, you get double on. Let somebody else get it.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Yes, and that's still a problem today. And that's why back in the day, we always talk about the hustlers from back in the day used to give back so much to the community. You're taking out of these people's mouths. You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to that because I know that now, where you are today, you really understand that. So as far as the myths, we've covered those myths. What about the money at the ranch house?
What about it?
Oh, okay. Is it still there? Where is it? I got a shovel in the car. Oh, okay.
No, it's gone.
Okay.
The ground got it.
Okay.
It got all wet up and soggy, and I guess whatever ate it, I don't know how that works.
Probably Katrina. We'll figure it out because we're going to get to the bottom of it. Okay, so I have a lot more questions. You already know how I do. Okay, we have a good time. But right now, I want you to tell us about the man that is Sherman Singleton, like who you were at that time as Pusshead versus who you are today as Sherman Singleton, how you have grown in all of this time. Because like we said, we touched a little bit on your dad. Grandpa Herman was a great guy. He was an Army veteran from the Vietnam War, came home, took that money, put it into trucking, buying property, stocks in Texaco, things like that. And his one and only son, his prized baby boy, somewhere thrown up in the middle, he had a lot of kids, turned out to be such a great man, but in a completely different field and walk of life.
Yeah, so funny that you talk about my dad. He definitely was instrumental in the way I think today and about business, and I think that was part of my my rise in doing things the wrong way. Because I used the principles that he, instead of using them for the right way, I used them for the wrong way. So, like with my mom, of course, I never seen her take a drink. My dad, I seen him take one drink. He used to always, every summer, we're building houses. And, he's right there with the numbers. We 10, 11. He's right there, look, this is how much I'm spending. This is what you're going to make. This is the taxes. Every summer, he just was holding my hands through it. There's no way I should have ended up in a drug game, no kind of way. But definitely, once I did enter, of course, I was horrible. I learned fast, and I knew you had to adapt real fast or get eaten alive.
So was it around? It was just on the streets, or was it something that was going on in the family already?
Yeah, the crazy part, and someone asked me about that, and I said I wanted my own money. And almost everybody I ever asked that, man, I wanted my own money. I want my daddy, and I kind of totally understand it. And then it still was crazy because your dad giving you everything you want. He wants you to kind of earn it, but he's going to give it to you.
Yes.
And you know it. You know when you go to your dad, he's going to give it to you. So with him,
let me ask you this. So I watched your dad in one of his rental properties laying the floors. So you guys will be making money for doing things like laying the floors, helping paint. But you saw someone else or other guys around making faster and more money for
family members.
Okay.
It was mostly that. I had a lot of cousins. They were into the drug game. They had kilograms of cocaine. Uncles, they were more dope fiends than dealers, but they still had a little something. Guys liked them or whatever. And so I'm looking at all the money, the cars, the women, of course. It was very impressionable at my young age. And I'm like, okay.
So how old were you?
At that time, I'm looking at it. It was probably from 11 years old to about 14. It took me that while to actually enter the drug game. And so definitely the influence came from my family members more than anything. That was also the good side now, because the other side had businesses and everything, because I could have went that way. But you had to earn it with them. With the drug dealing side, you're getting it fast.
Yeah.
You go there, they're going to give you $200-300. Hey, what's up, Neff? What's up, cuz? And so with the other ones, well, come on over here, let's work.
Yeah,
and you're going to get $50. And
you get $50 for a day's work versus getting
just walking up, talking to your cousin. Man, go $200-300, man. So you're definitely gonna lean this way, because you don't see the negative side of it,
right?
Because they're gonna hide that from you unless it's just in your face,
right?
They won't ever talk around you about it, other than you may see some drugs, but you don't see them having a fight off guys that want to take those drugs,
right?
Or the police and everything else. The cop call past everybody, they go to police, bro.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But okay, that's not bad for that kind of money. Yeah. You think you don't see all the rest of it behind the curtain.
Yes.
Once that genie out the bottle, though, it's very hard to get him back in. And so, and that's what was going on. So I definitely leaned more to the wrong side. And so by me not doing drugs and anything, everybody wanted to deal with me. And so that was the curse and the gift of not doing drugs.
You're definitely like a street politician, like spokesperson. Like I could definitely see people really taking to you and, I want to shop with him, or that's the group that I'm going to attach myself to, regardless.
Yeah, definitely. And I have a good uncanny ability really to stay focused on a project. I'm laser focused on something, and that was a bad thing too about it. And that's why I was so good at doing the bad things in that area there. And so it only take 2-3 months to really rise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
In the 80s.
Oh, in the 80s. Okay.
In the 80s. I don't know what's happening now. I don't even want to know.
I don't even know what's happening now, because like when we're talking about the drug game and we're talking about days past, those guys, like I said, used to give back a lot more to the community, and they often used to open businesses, whether it was laundromats and car washes for money laundering, or nightclubs, or grocery stores. Like I've seen that. Like, and I've also heard that we had some of those things in our family, as far as like
too many.
What was it?
Oh,
grocery store.
You named.
Oh, really? Grocery stores, clubs, laundromats. Okay.
Everything. Real estate. Yeah, but
now today they don't have that though. Now today the drug dealers barely got the drugs, but you ain't hear that from me.
Yeah, it is crazy, and we be entrepreneurial, but there's so many other things coming at you, because the police want you, the drug snatchers want you, the women want you, everybody wants you for something, and of course, coupled with that, if you having problems yourself, family problems, you're doing dope, one person can't handle that.
Right.
It's just impossible.
Okay.
And you definitely should choose a different profession, because your life is on the line. It's not like you
definitely.
Going to work and you could just come home, start crying or something. You out there, you may not come home ever again.
Right.
So yeah, it's everything is bad about that lifestyle.
Yeah, it just looks glamorous.
Oh yeah, and if anybody tell you the truth, they'll be like, we're super paranoid. We don't know if the police kicking down the door, a guy kicking down the door, what this girl talking about behind, your girl you laying there with.
Your kids.
Yeah, she telling you.
She telling your business to whoever.
This and all that, and it's just, you don't know what's gonna happen in the next minute, and that's crazy. All your friends are lawyers, drug dealers, dope prostitutes. That's it. I'm like, there ain't no good people on your side. Because the good people ain't gonna deal with you.
Right.
Yeah, so it's just horrible. So I went to jail, of course. It took that to really for me to sit down and say, golly, I really was messing up. I really destroyed some lives, and by way of course, poisoning, the community.
Yes.
And so, a free man asked me, he said, man, how much drugs? I never thought about it. How much drugs you think you sold in your lifetime? It messed me up because I went to counting the years. I said, okay, at least, I said at least 3 keys a day, and I'm looking at it. I said, man, I sold at least a ton of dope. You know how much a ton of dope in a project?
Metro Boomin wants some more.
Yeah, you know how I destroyed that? That's crazy.
Yes.
I'm talking about, look.
3 tons.
That stayed with me like 3 months.
When you actually finally thought about it and processed everything that happened, everything that you were doing and what led to the incarceration.
And I saw a lot of guys that came in that I knew their moms, and I'm looking at them like, man, that's probably part of my work there.
Yes.
That was heartbreaking, and that really turned me to really helping people. Like, man, look, you got to get your life together,
Yes.
Because I'm partly to blame. I ain't telling them that most likely. Because, your mom was doing dope and everything. And so I'm putting the dope there. People, somebody's going to sell it. Well, let them sell it. I shouldn't have been selling it.
Right.
That type of thing.
Right.
But, definitely. And so the guys was coming there, wonder why I take to them so much, because you kind of spook in jail. Like, hold up, why you like me so much?
Yeah.
No, I know your mom. I don't tell them all. You know that I know your mom, but
I'm
like, what can I do to help? That's what's going on, bro. And
so
I stay on them. Yeah, and hopefully I could feel some kind of way better about myself after that, because that is horrific.
Yes, trying to make up for it.
It deals with me still to this day.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that was just too much.
Well, one thing about you, I know you've always been the type to help people, but since you've been home and it's been a year now, I have also been hearing about I always do the back to school for Dream Life Academy. I know you were working with Jerome Boykin from the NAACP down there in Houma, and Master P did some things too. Terrebonne Parish, in the Tri-Parish area, and they did some back to school giveaways. And I also heard that you've been working with the governor, DA, and a few other lawyers as far as coordinate some different re-entry programs and what you think will help get people back out here.
Yeah. Currently, I'm employed with the Orleans Parish District Attorney Office as a reentry services coordinator, and I just make sure those services are in place and that the guys are truly on board. We understand what's going on. I take a look at all their records to make sure you're just not talking. Your attorney, he's paid to
to advocate for you, regardless.
Give you a press release version.
Yes.
So I go dig deep inside of that and say, hold up, we need you to get this right here for sure. And most of them I know, because I was there with you 32 years.
So if they're reformed, rehabilitated, or if they really in there still pushing dope and
you can lie to yourself faster than you can lie to me.
Exactly.
So I've been doing those things. We got a think tank going. Me and 4 other guys that were incarcerated. We want to do something about the crime. We want to submit our suggestions January 1st, and that's coming along very well. Because it's just, we see a few things that need to be tweaked. For instance, Crime Stoppers.
Yes.
Okay, you're reporting it afterwards. We went to the report before. Like you and I get into it. They know both of us kill people. Okay, you need to call both of them and tell them, look, one of y'all go to jail. Well, one of y'all get killed, you going to jail.
Right.
You got to put that on their mind. Like, hey, look, man, nothing better happen to this dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Tell everybody. And so those type of things, they need to be stepping in early on. Not, hey, look, I'm gonna give you $1,000.
Yes, preventative methods instead of trying to fix it after the fact.
Tell me who about to do it. That's what I need to know.
Okay.
So, we're going to give you a call. Go on Facebook. Hey, look, give me a call. It's the police. I'm letting you know. I done heard you and old boy. I'm letting you know we come and get you.
Yeah.
We coming. We already know.
And we going to take over the shop. No.
Yeah. So those type of things, we want to go hard. And because we got to do something about this, especially with the juveniles.
Yes.
It's horrific. We need to save them now, and the younger the better, most likely.
Yes.
The way things are going, and I love what Jason Williams is doing. Our DA, he refused to actually prosecute. I think his
to prosecute the youth as adults.
The actual juveniles as adults, and so he get a lot of. He been fighting it. I think at some point, 1 or 2 or 3 gonna have to get, because them guys are really going hard.
Mm-hmm.
And I am of the opinion, I totally agree with him, and
Yeah,
I
me
would
too.
support him no matter what.
Yes, I support
you
that.
18, well, you're 17 or younger. There's no way I'm going to treat you like an adult.
And like
in
you
the
said,
judicial system.
with calling and reporting it, if we know that they want to prosecute the minors or the juveniles as adults because of the type of crimes that they're committing, when we know half of them are being used by adults and older people in the streets to do those dirty deeds or do those crimes. So it's like, if you are targeting the correct person, then you don't have to try them as adults. Juvenile life and having a life after 21 is totally okay. So I stand with you, and I stand with Jason Williams on that. And the city of New Orleans, we're getting their things together, okay? So